I do not know what's going on between Usman and I right now. I'm waiting for him to make a move, show me he's interested.
Courtney's a very frustrating person to watch. Because you see, with Courtney now, she sends these signals or wants these answers, but doesn't actually want to do anything to try and make it clear what her intentions are. Everything her is, this is what I want, but I'm not going to work for it. It needs to find a way to work to me and to work for me. Let's check it out.
I love you, I love you, I love you, my baby Cassidy.
I listened to the guy I like saying that he loves another girl. And he's like, Cassidy, I love you, I love you. I'm like, you don't even say you like her? Or...
The maddest thing about it is that last episode, it was obviously spoken about how Usman does this tactic where he loves bomb the woman. And then once he loves bomb her, obviously she then chases him. Clearly, this guy comes in very, very strong. But to be honest, if you come in and tell someone that you've never seen before that you love them is freaking stupid as hell. I don't know how Usman thought that was going to land, to be honest with you. It's absolutely ridiculous. But again, though, Courtney's obviously still having her opinion, which rightly so, you can have the opinion, but where is her action? You keep telling us all these things, but where is your action?
You're cute, just about how he approaches sex. Is he just like, hi, I'm Usman, can I stick it in you?
I mean, you never know. Maybe that is how he approaches intimacy. Maybe his way of approaching intimacy is by pretty much, you know, telling a woman straight away, come here. I mean, the question is that his way?
I'm so hungry.
I'm tired, I want to go. I just want to go to my room and just go to bed straight.
Okay.
Are you coming?
She asked the question, is this how he approaches women when it comes to the bedroom area? Literally, he's like, are you coming? Blunt as hell. Honestly, how... You know what? It makes sense now why he likes to go for the older woman. But he's game for women his own age, it just ain't it. But at the same time, though, it makes me wonder, what made Courtney attracted to him in the first place? So, to be fair, sometimes I sit there and I'm like, did these two actually have a trip in Turkey where they actually did get to know each other? Because the way he's moving is... The way he's moving, the way she's responding, it's like he's approaching her for the very first time. Not like he's had history of approaching her before. But then again, at the same time, either way, though, the fact that he sat there, they said, are you coming? The flip side is maybe he's asking if you're coming because maybe they did actually meet in Turkey and they actually did get together in Turkey. So therefore he's like, well, why can't we just do it now without none of the shortcuts? So there is that side of it as well. Either way, though, when it comes to these two, it's nothing but an embarrassment to watch.
Maybe you should dial it down a little bit and be more subtle about things. I don't know. I'm just trying to enjoy Courtney's company, get to know her, and if he's trying to...
And then we've got Colt now trying to come in and sabotage anything that Usman may have got going on with Courtney. To be honest with you, like, I'm all for it because Usman and Courtney don't match because Usman is just a very strange dude. And also at the same time, I just feel like Courtney's standards are way too high. You know, I just don't feel like they're really going to have that much in common in neither as well. So to be honest, they're not a match. Now, is Courtney and Colt a match? Well, yeah. Let's just see how they vibe throughout the season. So far, I haven't seen them two vibe too much, but I've seen Usman and Courtney vibe, and it's just not it.
To take her away and keep her all to herself.
And I'm kind of trying to see what will happen tonight. And then Colt is being so weird, he's so annoying. I don't...
And Colt's being so weird and so annoying. Like, Colt's just come in just to sabotage your game. That's what he's trying to do. He wants a little bit of Courtney too. And to be fair, why not? Like, you haven't claimed Courtney as your girl. You know, you haven't even acknowledged her really and truly as somebody that you're interested in. Like, properly. So, she's fair game. But, obviously, he says that he's not worried about Colt. But then what happens in the next scene? Well, let's check that out.
I want to ask you this question. What are we? Early, but I know you before now. I know you know me before here, so...
Then this guy comes in nice and hot. And you know what? Just the way we expect him to come out. So, what are we? And that's what we expected because really and truly, this guy is nothing but just straightforward and blunt and doesn't even know how to make things sound a bit soft. So what are we? But then again, he's probably used to women always, you know, coming to his direction and, you know, always asking what are we? But then again, those women are women like Kimberly and baby girl Lisa. So, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're a different level. Okay, on that note, can I kiss you?
You haven't even taken me on a date.
It's crazy though, man. The fact that he's like, "Can I kiss you?" And the maddest thing about it is he hasn't even set a tone. He hasn't even set a mood. He hasn't even dropped any game that's made her feel a bit wow. He's just like, "Can I kiss you?" Crazy, crazy work. But again, though, that behavior gives me two different vibes. It's either one, he's saying, "Can I kiss you because I've done it before?" Or "Can I kiss you because it's the first time we're actually interacting?" I'm just trying to decipher if their storyline is legit from the fact that they did spend time in Turkey or not. Because I don't remember seeing any pictures of these two being in Turkey together. And usually, this is what these cast will be doing. They'll be taking pictures of each other when they're away. Either way, though, it does bring that question. But to sit there and to say to her, but then at the same time, they haven't seen each other since Turkey, right? Which is a long time. So obviously, at that time, things would have dipped a little bit. So I guess sometimes you got to re-earn your stripes, which, to be fair, respectfully, makes a lot of sense. You can't go, which isn't a bad thing. But to sit there and say, "Can I kiss you?" without actually making the right efforts is actually nasty work. At first, I was like, how dare she sit there and say, "You haven't taken me on a date"? Like, why are your standards so high? Like, at the end of the day, da-da-da. But then, to be honest, it makes sense because she's a woman that wants to be wild. She's a woman that wants the man to make her feel like he actually wants to be with her. She wants to feel special. She wants to feel like someone that matters to her, to him. So, to be fair, respectfully, I get it. Absolutely get it. And to be fair, he should be doing those things.
So that I'm moving forward. So that I'm moving forward. So can I kiss you?
On my cheek.
The fact that he asked her more than once, "Can I kiss you?" is just... yeah. That's just crazy. I would never, ever ask someone twice. You know what I mean? If I was to ask you, because personally asking is just a cringe factor. I just feel like you should just create the moment if you can, do you know what I mean? Or wait for it to happen if it happens, But then again, at the same time, sometimes you want to kiss someone and you feel like they want to kiss you, but you're unsure if they're shy about it. Sometimes it is comical. It is a nice little gesture to say to them, "Hey, like, I really enjoyed the way I've really enjoyed our date, or I really enjoyed our walk. And, the vibe that we're going on has been really, really good. And I'm not going to lie to you, but I actually want to kiss you, but, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, So if you drop it in a way like that, that is something that could work for you. Do you see what I'm saying? But again, it depends on how you say and how you deliver it. And also if you've generally had a good time with that person, then, in that case, yeah, it makes sense. Usman, on the other hand, is just like, "Can I kiss you?" Like, no flavor to his actions whatsoever. Yeah, that's just nasty work. And then she's like, you can give one on the cheek." Bruh, I'll tell you this now. If I asked you to kiss you, and I asked you twice, and then you say put you on the cheek, I already know that you're not interested. Like, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm out. Like, you could still be interested, but for me personally, I'd rather just avoid. I'm out. You know what I mean? But again, I would never put myself in that position. To be fair, maybe I have when I was younger, you know what I mean? Before I am the person I am now. Can't remember, but it is what it is. We don't remember the bad times, we remember the good times. But anyway, with that being said though, let's continue. But let me know your thoughts though. Like, for you yourself in particular, how would you handle the situation if Usman was approaching you in this way? Anyway, I know you're still here, so like the video and subscribe. Let's continue.
Where I never considered dating the same sex or even saw it as an option. I'm still attracted to men. I am still attracted to men. And
the way she was like, I'm sure she was about to say, "I think." No, I still am. To be honest with you, I just feel like Chantel's the kind of person, or at least I get the vibe that she's the kind of person that if somebody shows her attention that, that she does deem as an attractive person, that she's willing to give that person a chance. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't feel like Chantel is somebody that knows that she's 100% straight, nor does she know that she's somebody that is, anything otherwise. I just feel like if you have the right energy around her, you know what I mean? And if you catch her at a certain time in her life, you will have a opportunity to try and, pursue a relationship. But to be fair with you, her now obviously being in the relationship that she's now in with her friend Ashes, I believe they are together. Well, it's never been announced that they're actually together, to be fair. They're just always seen taking pictures together, so everybody's always assumed that that is her woman unless I've missed it. But either way though, I generally feel like Chantel's emotions, her feelings towards the friend Ashley is due to the fact that, one, she respects a friend. Two, she knows that her friend respects her. Three, that she trusts her friend, as well as also four, that she knows that, trust is going both ways of both of them. So I do feel like when a friend obviously approached her for the kiss and whatnot, oddly for her, it didn't make her feel weird. And because it didn't make her feel weird, it's something that's obviously now got her startled, thinking, oh, what does this mean? So she's not supposed to question this stuff, which respectfully makes a lot of sense. At the end of the day, as long as she finds happiness in whatever relationship that she pursues, whether it's with a man or whether it's with a woman, that's what that really matters. You know what I mean? And to be fair, because she wasn't raised in a culture where, or a community where, you know, same-sex relationship was kind of a thing around her, I guess it's something that never really popped into her head that maybe this could be a thing for her. You see what I'm saying? But now she's like, oh, maybe this could be a thing. So why not try it and see where it goes? And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? There are many people out there who do try it out. And then they find out whether or not it's going to work for them or it's not at all. But nonetheless, though, let's get into this date here with Chantel.
And I don't know if kissing Ashley was a one-time thing. It's hard for me to put a label on. So dream job right now.
What's your dream job?
Botox and filler.
That's your dream job?
After all those years with Pedro and her wanting to, you know, become a qualified nurse or whatever that she became, after all the years of doing that, she then just decided to switch it up and become and say that this is now her dream job. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that job or in any shape or form. You know what I mean? It's just wild to me because literally you were studying for how long to be a nurse? You did all that for all those years and then boom, dropped it, and now all of a sudden this is what you're doing. Like, I don't know half the time if Chantel really knows what she likes in life. But then again, at the same time, listen to her and seeing her talk about it, she seems very bubbly about the fact that, yeah, this is actually my job now. This is something that I actually enjoy. I don't know if it was my dream before, but now I'm doing it. I freaking love it. So to be fair though, she does obviously come across way much more happy and way much more excited about this job than she did about the one that she was trying to qualify for freaking God knows how many years because she kept freaking prolonging it. So yeah, at least she's happy with this one. That's the main thing, isn't it? But yeah, it's about to go south.
That's my dream job. I love everything beauty.
All relative to what a person wants. So if you want to wear your wrinkles, fine.
You telling me I have wrinkles right now?
The way she fully says on the date, if you want to wear your wrinkles, it's fine, is nasty work. Absolutely nasty work. The good thing is, what she says next, luckily she didn't say it to his face.
Love the accent. I think there could be something there with Joe. If I'm honest, he could use a little Botox, but it's
Really surprised.
The way she literally sat there and said, he could use a little bit of Botox. You know, this is why they say, you know, keep your professional life away from your personal life. Well, to be, that's not what they say. They say for other reasons. But either way, though, the matter of fact is, that is not cool. To say that is out of line. But as I said before, it's a good thing that she didn't say to his face. To be fair, obviously, they all had to give ratings of their dates, and certain people got ranked at the bottom of the ranking for their dates abilities, and Chantel was a part of it. And when you're doing things like this, yeah, nothing else needs to be added. But nonetheless, though, let's get back to Colt now, doing his best to sabotage Usman. This guy is doing nasty work. Biggest instigator so far this season.
Rob, that you got into something, because I really thought it would have been Chantel and Usman.
Yeah.
Right? A guy, he would have hit you.
This guy's a prick.
what? I heard that you said something behind my back that wasn't very nice. Actually, it was very aggressive. People that you would want to punch me.
I mean, to be fair with you, you know, when this happened, I was like, okay, it's about to go down. To be fair, Chantel really is becoming more and more into her mum. She is becoming, Karen is like her mum's name. Her mum's name is Karen. She is becoming more like, she's ready to get confrontational, which I'm not saying she wasn't before, but she's definitely doing the confrontations now with way much more oomph behind her, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're a woman, so I can't. I would never touch a woman in my life.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say something to her about me, an allegation that you don't know? It's true, like, what did I say?
I'm very protective of my friends.
Now,
I mean, to be fair, to say that you want to punch someone in the face or punch them, whatever, because they called you a scammer. Some people may say that he has every right to say that because, well, you know, if he wants to get payback on the person who did it, then it is what it is. But some people may say, well, if it's not true about it, then why are you taking it so personal? That's what I would say. I would say if it's not true, then you shouldn't be taking it so personal. To the point you want to say that you want to punch this person. Now, of course, let's just say, for example, Chantel was going out of her way to tell every single person in the show that this guy is nothing but a scammer, blah blah blah, and trying to sabotage any connections he's trying to make. Different conversation. I still wouldn't say punching it needs to be involved, but it's a different conversation. Do you see what I'm saying?
And I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them.
What's up? You guys are not fighting.
Do you want to fight me?
No, I don't want, please. I don't want to fight you.
But girl, you know full well, obviously, he can't fight you even if he wanted to fight you. Come on now. Got the hair up. You say, you want to fight me? Like, tell me, if you was in this situation itself in particular, what would you do? That is the question. And what would you do in this situation if you were Chantel? And also, to be fair, what would you do if you was Usman? Let's talk about it.
I tried to own up to my misunderstanding, and some man says that they want to punch me in the face. I didn't come here for this.
I can definitely understand her feeling the way she's feeling, because nobody wants to come somewhere and then feel like there's someone here that actually dislikes me that much that they actually want to harm me. That is not an easy feeling. You don't feel safe. You definitely feel exposed. You definitely feel like, as if you're going to have to be looking over your shoulder at any given moment. So I definitely understand, obviously, your frustrations in this situation. But hey, I know you're still here, which means clearly you want to hit that subscribe button. And you also want to hit the like button. Otherwise, why are you still here? But with that being said, though, let's continue.
Piercings and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you think they're interesting?
I guess I'm just not really familiar with it. I don't have any piercings
You don't
myself.
have any piercings? Did you ever want to get a piercing?
I did, yeah.
You should take a seat so we can talk about it.
How is your body like your canvas, pretty much? Accessorizing yourself?
I mean, let's draw that back.
Yeah?
Yeah, T on that, bro.
He started off so well, so strong. He even got her to say, sit down so we can talk about it. It started off so well, and then boom, once he sat down, it's like the game just became nervous as hell, and then he just started talking some waffle, asking about, do you have any piercings on your nipples, or do you ever imagine? On the first time of seeing her is nasty work. To be fair, listen, and then it says whatever he says about her body. Like he could have worded it so differently, and it would have been fine. Do you know what I mean? Well, at least I think so. I mean, if I was in that position, let's say, for example, I've already started off with the line, obviously, that he begins with, that allows her to ask or invite him to sit down. At that moment in time, sitting down, to be honest with you, okay, maybe if I want to continue that conversation around, obviously, a piercing, and I mean, because it's a topic that's got me the invite to sit down, then okay, cool, I can sit on it a bit longer and see how I can make more conversation about it for a little bit longer if necessary. And if I'm going to do that, I'm more likely to be like, okay, so where's your out of all your piercings? Oh, no, wait, what did he say to begin with? Okay, all I know is he made a mention about the piercings. Okay, boom, and then obviously tattoos. To be fair, from that in itself in particular, I could sit there and be like, okay, so obviously, do you have any favorite piercings, or which piercing was maybe the most hurtful one? Tattoo wise, okay, obviously, which is your favorite tattoo? Obviously, I'm asking you questions. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, maybe, but at the same time, look, that's not really how I'd start a conversation. Actually, maybe I would. I don't know. But either way, the way you went about it was an absolute clusterfuck. But let me know your thoughts, though. Like, obviously, if you're in this situation in particular, how would you go about it? Like, if you was Colt, how do you finish off the conversation? If you was a young lady, how would you respond to what he said? Give me your thoughts. Come on now. Okay? Let's move on.
That is kind of making me a little nervous, especially, we had some fun last night. Obviously, some alcohol was involved, and we ended up.
Curious, though. We had some fun last night, and obviously some alcohol was involved. I really hate it when they speak so cryptic. What fun did you have? Give us the context so at least we know what we're judging it based on. But hey.
Talking the rest of the night.
Question, have you made connections today with anybody else? Yeah.
Obviously, I'm happy you're here today. I'd be like, if you weren't here, I'd probably be like,
Maybe.
I'm going to say this now. I do genuinely believe that we are not getting the full story from Rob regarding the conversations that he has with her behind the scenes. I mean, listen, she says that he rang her at 3 a.m. They had a full-on conversation. She then also rang him again this morning, obviously before this whole speed dating thing, which means clearly he's investing a lot of time talking to her. And usually when you're investing a lot of time speaking to someone, especially that much, especially also if you're ringing them the same night you met them and you kissed them and whatnot, that person is definitely going to feel a sense of way. They're definitely going to feel like, okay, this person's really interested in me. So the fact that Rob is trying to downplay, or at least that's something that we're about to see, tells me that I feel like I feel like right now, Elise is being portrayed worse than her actual character, if that makes any sense. But let's get into it, because really truly here, he asks a simple question. So are you, anybody else? Now, last episode, he made it clear that he wanted her to himself, but he also wanted to be able to go out there and explore things with other people, Jennifer in particular. Anyway, let's just continue because something ain't right.
Thinking about me.
Probably.
And not focusing on meeting other people.
We're not really in between.
And she's tripping. She's tripping like for 2 damn days.
But why? Why is she tripping? So listen, sometimes some people can be tripping, some people can be in this position simply because, if they like you, no matter whether you've made massive efforts or small efforts, they will still behave this way. But I do generally believe he's made massive efforts because of the fact that they had long conversations from the evening till the morning. That says a lot. And in those conversations, what's he been saying to her?
And I'm fine. We were having fun. But she's just jumping in head first.
Rob and Jen are like super close, and then not knowing where Rob's head's at is kind of making me a little nervous. I think Jen needs to stop flirting around with every single.
No. What you need to do is stay on task. You guys are all here to meet somebody. You're all here to do speed dating. You're all here to mingle around with everybody. Why don't you just do this? Why don't you just mingle with every single person? To be honest with you, if she was to walk around them and mingle with other guys, get close, like giggling and whatnot, then she would really find out whether or not Rob is, well, what kind of guy Rob is. Because if he's the kind of person that then ends up getting jealous because she's getting close to somebody else, but yet he still wants to enjoy other people's company, then that tells her that he's nothing but a player. But if he gets jealous to the point where he doesn't want to talk to nobody else and he wants to just claim her, well, then at least she knows that he's only in there for herself. But sitting there and moaning and whining about it in this way is going to give her no answers whatsoever. Don't worry about what Jen's doing. Jen is not your enemy, okay? Come on now.
Man.
I'm all the same.
I'm trying to kind of make Elise understand that I'm just trying to keep my options open without hurting anyone's feelings. And at the gained favor or lost favor, because I...
So obviously, just for context, they'll ask obviously about the ratings, and obviously they said to Rob, so we saw that you gave everybody a 3. Is there a reason for that? He said because obviously it was just date after date after date. So I just thought I'd keep it level and give him the same thing. But of course, at least he's not happy about it because she and him had a much more, deeper, intimate conversation. So she's like, nah. Something ain't right. Are you playing me right now? But to be fair, you can argue and say that she's been playing herself because she's the one that came off so strong from the very get-go anyway. Which was something that was definitely always going to shoot her in the foot, to be honest with you. Because she went in there guns blazing and put all of her eggs in one basket without even actually, really getting to know Rob and other people properly.
I don't even understand. I guess I'm lost. Rob.
So what Rob was kind of saying was that every date was exactly the same. It's cookie cutter. You get in, you talk to people for 2 minutes.
Yep.
Does that make you feel any kind of way to be described as like...
Her response is just,
I feel like when I feel it, I feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like...
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know, maybe I need to work a little harder. I don't know.
When I feel it, but I don't know if I need to work a little bit harder. The fact that she just stood there and said, maybe I need to work a little bit harder to get him. There is many contexts in this world that is a very positive thing, but then there's many contexts in this world that's a very sad thing. Not even negative, just sad. This is just sad for her here. You want to work a little bit harder for a guy that's literally yo-yoing you around like this? That you've only met in a space of, 48 hours? If not less? I really want to know what went down in their conversation. It's a damn shame their conversation was over the phone. It wasn't over text because, when it's a text, usually it gets leaked somewhere, right? Definitely want to know what Robbie's been saying to her.
It was this Cole and Jen hit it off at the masquerade ball, but I ain't worried about Cole, a good-looking guy. There's me. And then there's the good-looking guy that looks like Jack Sparrow before bed.
Ah, dear. So this is the thing, you see, Jen is out here still mingling with other people. And that's why Rob is like, okay, I've got competition, so I've got to try and I'll see how I can weave myself in. And obviously now he's obviously talking at his freaking ass. So I really dislike vain people. It's not even confident, it's just vain. But nonetheless though, you see, if Elise was doing the same thing, if Rob was then reacting the same way he's now with Jen, then at least should have a better idea, you see what I'm saying? So Jen is playing it in the right way. You're not. And this is the thing. This is something that we should all witness here. Okay, look at the way these two are conducting themselves in the experiment. One is saying, no, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, and one is saying, yes, I am. And the one that's saying, yes, I am putting my eggs in one basket is walking away being hurt, feeling emotional, feeling just everything that's just bad. Meanwhile, the other one is just like, if it happens to him, it happens. If it doesn't, then I've got another option. I'm not saying that's the way people should live life, but I'm just saying that, like, if you want to approach certain things, this is something that you can consider. And what's to consider is don't be too forward with it, and don't be, yeah. But we continue.
Or
You guys are rating each other. Wait. We have to rate each other. You guys are rating the dates.
yeah, but I didn't really like that particular question.
But Rob, I don't really care what you like.
You know the maddest thing is Courtney was like, how dare he rate her a 3? She used to be a model. What's that got to do with anything? He wasn't rating her a 3 based on her looks. But anyway.
Calling me on the phone for an hour and a half, and you were trying to get me to go you last night on the phone.
You're upset because I gave every girl the same number on one particular...
Interesting. So the question is though, was he trying to get her to go sleep with him last night? So like I said, I do wonder what their conversations were about, which is why I feel like there's something going on here. I feel like Rob is leaving her astray, and then in public he's making her look like the crazy one. That's a tactic that many people do. But at the same time though, she is allowing herself to be the crazy one, because the way she's acting out is ridiculous. She needs to calm the F down. It's not that like if you're in a position where you're having to act like this because of a guy or even because of a woman, then you know that person probably isn't good for you.
Wrong reasons. You're telling me to go you last night?
I did not say that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I said you can hang out.
No.
I said we can hang out.
To be fair with you, whether or not he said, you know what though, he probably said come and hang out, to be fair. He probably did say that. But for her, she's probably translated like, oh, he probably wants to sleep with me, because let's be real. A lot of the time when a man asks a woman, oh, let's hang out or whatnot, women do usually assume that, oh, maybe that's what he wants, you see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you're wrong for assuming it, especially in their context. She wouldn't be wrong to assume that. But to say that's what he said, I question that personally. I think he probably said hang out, but she's took it as, yeah, he wants to F. I mean, Rob's not, he's an idiot, but he's not a complete idiot. So he's the kind of person that's smart enough to say, let's hang out, rather than say, let's F. And plus, also at the same time, he would also be intelligent enough to know that if he messages the girl, say, oh, come, let's have intimacy, whatever, he would know that that would be an instant ink. Unless she's obviously your friends with benefits, it's a different conversation, but it's not the case. So therefore, he wouldn't approach it that way. He'd definitely be like, let's hang out. Either way, she's not wrong in saying that's what he wanted, but she's wrong in saying that's how he said it.
Show me.
Yeah, show receipts. Show receipts.
Elise is a mom.
Calls me at 2 a.m. Incoming call for an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow.
But I'm just another girl, right?
So like I said, I wonder what he was saying. But really and truly, her attitude has made her just another girl, to be honest with you.
On the ranking board.
Behind closed doors, you want to hide me? You like I broke her heart because I put a 3 for everybody?
Because you didn't have sex with her.
And then we got Chantel out here, sir. Dear Lord. There's a reason why Chantel and Courtney are clearly... No, listen, he would have happily clapped those cheeks 1000%. Let's not get it twisted. She's upset with the fact that he's probably given her the perception that he's going to, but she probably had a moment of like, you know what, but let me hold out on this bit of me. I've already given him too much, so let me just hold out on this, because it is known for some people to give you too much to begin with, and then they kind of hold back that final finisher. Do you see what I'm saying? That is a thing that many women do. Do you see what I'm saying? So to be honest, I don't believe that that's why she's pissed. I generally believe that, she's just pissed because he's not keeping the same energy in public. He was saying something on the phone, and now in public he ain't giving the same energy, and now she's like, oh, so now you're trying to keep us as a secret. So I get it, completely get it.
After all this time that he's tried to talk to me and make me feel special as just another girl.
I mean, yep. Yeah, like I said, I'm just not believing in any shape or form that her craziness is all because of him. All because of herself. It doesn't come out thin air. he's been complimenting and telling very amazing things behind closed doors on that phone call. An hour and 30 minutes. There's no way he's sitting on the phone for an hour and 30 minutes and not giving her compliments and not making her feel good about herself. No way. Because at the end of the day, there's no way that she would ring him the next morning if he wasn't giving her compliments, if he wasn't saying things that she wanted to hear. She wouldn't then ring him the next day in the morning, would she now? The only thing that she lied about or didn't say clearly was just the part of where he said he wants to F me. Nah, he definitely said, do you want to hang out? That's what to show the receipts. Anyway, with that being said though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.